Hey, so one of my favorite apps that came out a little while ago, it's really an iPhone app, but I'm going to show it also on the iPad. So it's really an iPhone app, but Propellerhead came out a little while ago with a great music app. And let's put it in this mode here, which is the vertical mode. I'm going to put it 2 times, but it recently got upgraded. And what's really cool about it is that they fixed a lot of the problems. Now, when it's called Figure, and I think it's only 99 cents, and it's a great app. But Figure, when it first came out, allows you to make like patterns and loops using drum, bass, and lead. And here, if you can hear it, here's something I wrote, and you can see the bass moving. And I'm going to stop it. And the beauty of it is you just put your finger and you move it around, and you can pick different bass sounds. You can pick different drum sounds. And you got different synthesizer leads. Isn't that cool? And the beauty is you could make these loops. Now, when it first came out, though, one limitation was you couldn't save the songs that you created, and you couldn't send them anywhere to be used. Like you couldn't, transfer them. They were so you could only have one song in and at a time. And then if you wanted to create another like loop, you lost it. Well, they recently updated it, and the big thing is now you can transfer, and you can save the little loops that you created, and you can transfer them. So let's see, if I want to browse here, I have some loops that I already created, songs, and I'm going to pick one and sample it there. And here's another one. And they'll show up. You can, I'm going to say, yes, I'm going to open it up. But you can transfer it through the iTunes. Like if you sync your iPad or iPhone with iTunes, if you go under applications, you can transfer the songs. But they did other cool things. So other cool things, including now you have a choice of the loops. You can make them 1 bar, 2 bars, 4 bars, or 8 bars. But the beauty here is you can create different loops, and then you can make them slightly different and then save them and then export them to, let's say, your Mac, and then put them in GarageBand and create like your own song, assembling all the loops. So I think it's a huge upgrade, and I think Propellerhead, which has been around in the synthesizer world for a long time, is gonna definitely probably upgrade this more. And I bet you in the future you're gonna see other cool things. So I highly recommend this Figure app. I think it's really cool. So just to recap how you use it, when you launch it, you go to System tab on the bottom, and you can, create a new name, and let's say discard, and it just gives you random names. But now you can create your own name, like I don't know, I'm going to create test 1. Okay, done. And then let's say you go to patterns. So here's a drum pattern. You can, and I don't know if this was in before, but now you can there's some preset drum patterns and preset bass patterns and preset lead patterns. So I'm going to make this under a song. I'm going to make it 8 bar. This is going to be the longest pattern, right? So watch what happens. I go to record, and I picked, this is Northeast. So I'm going to pick the chord. Look at that. When I start playing, it'll start recording. So here we go. See? And it's a loop, so you can overlay. It'll just keep looping for 8 beats. So I'm just holding down the hats right there. But like you see now, whatever I recorded is there, but I can add to it and layer over it. And I'm just going to press some more. Here's some bling. Now, if I want to subtract, I press the erase mode and hold down on the drum that I want to erase as it's going through where it is. Now, if you look up here, this is where we are in the 8 beats. So anyways, I've got some sort of... Now I put it back off of erase mode. And... All right, now we can stop. But that's what I have if I play it. Now, let's go to another instrument, bass. So I'm going to just continue to record. See where my finger's pressing? It changes the pitch and the OW. I don't know what that is. And you can really do a lot with this app. You can really tweak it. For example, you can change the range. You've got these... and what I like about Figure is that Propellerhead didn't like just copy some, synthesizer that exists in the real world in hardware. They actually use the interface very well. So, for example, for bass, you can affect the rhythm. So I'm going to pull down, no rhythm. Here's a 1-beat rhythm. See? And then if I go to 2, that's 2-note rhythm. But I can go up to 7, or I can go up to 12 or 13, and I can go to 16. Now watch this, I can change the presets. These are just different preset synthesizers, and here's a leader. And so you get a lot of flexibility with this app. Now, okay, now I'm going to record on the drum kit that I have. Sounds pretty cool. Now it loops over. Okay, now let's try the lead. So you got same thing, you got different rhythms that you can choose. So I've got a little flexibility. I'm going to go to 4 rhythm here. Range, I'm going to make it a lower range. And the scale steps, I'm going to make it narrower. So, I don't know, let's see, go down to 1. Let's make it 2. And I can change the synthesizer. Here we go, I'm going to record. So it's pretty cool. This is like 8 beats. I'm going to stop it. And then this is the unrecorded version. Now each sound you can also tweak. So look at this. For the lead, I can tweak this criteria from treasure, the C, to battle. And let's see if you can test it in real time by playing and then doing the tweak. So you can tweak each of these things: color, calm, treasure, and let's try tweaking bass and distortion. See, you can hear it change in real time. So you can really tweak your song. But the beauty is now that you can save it. I'm going to save it, test 1. Now I go into browse. Now you see I have test 1 there. And the thing is, you can create another version of this. Watch this. I'm going to call it test 2. And done. And I'm going to save it. But it saved the pattern I have before. Now watch this. I'm going to go in and I'm going to change that to 4 bars. It says sure. So I've taken what I've done before, modified it, and called it test 3. And I'm going to subtract from it. Watch this. Let's take I'm going to subtract under the record, I'm going to subtract some of the bass. How about that? Now watch. Here we go. And I'm going to use erase mode. So I'm see, I've subtracted some of it. Okay, now let's go non-erase mode with the lead. Maybe I affected it with the tweaks. There we go. Okay, so anyways, the point is now I'm going to save that, overwrite, yes. Now go back. I've got two different tests, test 1 and test 2. So look, I play test 1, it's a little different. And then I go to test 2, it's slightly different. But the point is you could arrange a whole bunch of different versions of the same song, then export them, assemble them in GarageBand. Now what I think will eventually happen is, I think eventually Propellerhead, this is very powerful. Propellerhead will make it so that you could assemble these different loops together in the app. That's what I'm hoping will happen. And I think, I think they did a great job. And so the new updated figure from Propellerhead, I think, is just a great app to get. It's only 99 cents. It works on the iPhone. It's an iPhone app, but it's great on the iPad too, even at double resolution. So check it out. I think it's really cool.